We are live.
Raven, the GS, Joe, 1/3 of the Cyberman.
Sam, the legend behind the techie.
The Mandarin must be stopped.
You don't know who I am. You'll never see me coming. Mr. Stark, today is the first day of what's left of your life. Go! I'm gonna offer the choice. Do you want an empty life or a meaningful death?
I don't know, I thought I'd try something new this week. Our live.
Was that some sort of Doctor Strange moves?
I don't know. Maybe, I guess so. Maybe it was, but we're not on that week yet. We're on week 7 of the countdown to Infinity War. I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven, your GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz.
And this is going to be your review of, your 5-minute review of Iron Man 3. Now, we're going to talk about general things about Iron Man. First of all, directed by Shane Black, produced by Kevin Feige and the Marvel cohort. It's who's it starring?
Robert Downey Jr.
The one and only Robert Downey Jr. It's got Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle as War Machine, Guy Ritchie, Rebecca Hall, blah 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 blah, more other people. Do you get what I'm saying? So,
You said Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, fam, that's what I was just thinking. Man said Guy Ritchie, though.
sorry, man.
Guy Pearce.
Man met Guy Pearce. I met Guy Pearce. Who's Guy Ritchie? That's the director, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a director.
Yeah,
Guy
director.
Ritchie. Listen, I got
From the ends, from
She's
the
broken
ends, from the
barrels,
bits.
I just
From
got
the bits.
I just got movies on a braid in it, so that's what that is there. You get me?
That's
So
That's cool, man.
what else to it? When did this come out? This came out April 4th, 2013.
Wow.
I think it dropped in America May 3rd, 2013 though. So obviously,
wow.
you know, Marvel had to separate when these
Separate
movies come out.
things.
But have you guys got anything to say before we go in the review?
The box office did it pretty well.
Well,
Pretty well.
Pretty well, bro. It was in the billions, bro.
The thing
In
is-
billions.
that to me don't surprise me, because you just had Avengers come out. Like, Avengers was the movie directly before this. Then this comes out. Like, everyone who went to Avengers and loved it, which was the whole planet, probably went to go watch this.
True.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's just that.
And Iron Man is, was one of the biggest thing Marvel.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I
So
guess.
we can get sequelitis then. Like, I guess everybody thought Iron Man 2 was alright then.
No, see, I think this skips the sequel thing because you had Avengers. Because, like, let's say you watched Iron Man 2 and you was like, oh, that was dead. And then you watched Avengers, you was like, Iron Man's lit.
Like,
Then
exactly. You
Iron
just
Man
back
3
in the
comes out and you're
mind,
like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Got
they
mind wiped by the Men in Black.
yeah, bro. They just they just write the shit. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like when you drop Man of Steel and you drop Batman vs Superman and no one likes it. You get me? See, Marvel had that issue
Crash and
where
burn.
no one really liked Iron Man 2, but instead of chopping and screwing Avengers, they said, look, just take the movie, it's good now. That's what you should have done with Justice League. But why am I killing DC every week? Anyway, who's got the timer?
Oh, snap.
Look at y'all.
Man,
Look
forgot by
at
the
y'all.
time, so there's no timer this week. Is that
Look
where
at-
we at?
Mr. Blitztech with the save. Alright, so what else, like? I don't know what else happens in this movie. Oh, you got
well-
time already?
Yeah, I'm good, man.
Oh, I thought I needed to buy you some time.
Oh.
Yo, you've been pretty efficient today.
Alright.
I like this. All right.
There you go.
So we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Raven, general thoughts.
Confused. At certain times, it was good. Certain times I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then the main thing that kind of brought me into this movie was fake. The Mandarin. Like, I think that was the biggest setup in the cinematic history.
Yes, I mean, I think for me, this is my least favorite Iron Man movie. I think it's a better movie than number 2, but I get more enjoyment out of watching the action than number 2. It sounds crazy, but I enjoy watching number 2 way more than this.
Fair enough. For me, I was kind of confused. Does it want to be a comedy? Is it trying to be an action movie? You kind of get a bit of both, but I enjoyed the action more than the comedy. The comedy was a bit, nah, didn't like it.
there were
was
times
such
where
a
it was quite
miss.
funny though.
Too
He had
forced.
his bits. He had his bits.
It's got a couple good jokes in it, but what do you think? Alright, Sam, what do you think about the story?
Story's kind of forgettable, so they try and bring in the Mandarin. Like I said, he's kind of like not really like part of the story because the Mandarin is actually the person that set up the extremists, and the extremists are just some experiment because of Tony Stark's history, so non-existent.
See, I think I don't really like the story, but I do like elements of it. I like that they've used it, like going back from the past. Tony's past is chasing him again, as it has been. That's a running theme. But I don't like the way they use the extremist people. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't like the whole Mandarin and Aldrich Killian thing.
Well, the only positive thing I would have to take from the story is the fact that Tony Stark is dwelling on the events in New York, the past events in New York, which was the Avenger, which is actually pretty deep because then it just puts him in, it gives us a conflict within the character, and it kind of allows us to just move throughout the movie, and it keeps going back into it. And I kind of like the whole thing with the kid, you know, are we going to talk about New York? You know, and every time we mention New York, kind of has a panic attack, which is actually, that's probably the most human thing, the human side of Tony Stark I've ever seen.
Alright, cool. So we're going to move on to acting now. With acting, I think that this suffers from the same thing that every Iron Man movie does. Robert Downey Jr. being so good, everyone else looks terrible. So, I mean, that's really all I can say. Like, Robert Downey Jr. does a great job, and I just feel like everyone else is just in his shadow. Like you just don't care unless you're looking at Tony.
Do you know who gets worst every Iron Man?
I know where he's going.
Happy.
Jon Favreau.
Like, Happy it's like they boy him every single time. Like, every movie they gotta like lower his standards, just keep lowering. Like, what we're gonna get Happy to be like this movie?
So, what do you think about acting?
Acting, like you said, Downey Jr. like steals the show. Like, you got to see him with his panic attacks, and he does those really well. Like, you could tell half the stuff he says is not on the script; it's just off the quiff, and like he does that perfectly. Everyone else just plays their part alright. You know, the villain's okay. Don Cheadle's Don Cheadle, and Gwyneth Paltrow is somehow a superhero at the end. Oh my lord! But Downey Jr. Carries the show.
Alright, we're running out of time. Let's just jump on director, technical stuff. What do you think? Like,
I kind of like the Iron Man suits coming together at the end. I think that's probably like one of the things that kind of highlights. I'm like, oh, like it was the first time we got to see like different Iron suits, which was pretty cool. Like, so I kind of like that approach.
I didn't like that at all. I don't think I liked the direction of this movie. I didn't like the twist. I think the action scenes are not as good as action scenes we've seen from previous movies like Iron Man 1, 2 or The Avengers. I felt like the spy element of the thing I didn't really like.
Oh, Spider-Man, horrible. But I do love the action scenes in this, like all the explosions and stuff. I don't know why. It's not Michael Bay-ish, kind of Michael Bay-ish, but I do like the action scenes. Everything else, yeah, man.
Alright, so last 30 seconds, or it's not last 30 seconds, sorry. Alright, cool. But what do you think? Like, what are just your last thoughts on the movie? Last thoughts, go.
Last one is the movie. It's a solid action movie. It's enjoyable, entertaining. I can watch it. It can be in the background. Decent.
Yeah, I think it's enjoyable as well, just like you said. But I think if you want to see Iron Man, watch 1, 2, or Avengers.
There you go. I have nothing else to add to that.
Not really. All right, cool. Well, I just feel like I really hate the Mandarin thing in this. Do you know when I first when I first saw it? Oh, see, we ain't even got time. 4, 3,
You could have.
2. Yeah, I could have. You know, I could have tried. I could have tried, but you know what I'm gonna do? Yeah, like guys, I've come up with this new concept. Yeah,
Right.
if you enjoy one of our reviews, yeah, we need 100 spoiler review comments. If we get 100 comments saying spoiler review, spoiler review, spoiler review, we'll do a spoiler review. Yeah, is that cool? Is that alright?
100.
100. You need 100. It's got to be 100.
That's the mark.
No spamming. You know what I'm saying?
Alright.
You know what you got to do, guys? Share the video, get your friends to jump on it, get them to comment on it, get them to say spoiler review, and
If you want it, and we can talk about the Mandarin for a whole hour. But alright, so our TCN certified review of this, we're gonna give it 2.5 sofas.
Sofas coming somewhere around here.
out of 5. Yeah? So that's our score of it. Guys, what do you think? Jump in the comment section below and let us know. Do you think this is a 5 out of 5? Do you think it's a 4 out of 5? Like, what is your actual review like? What do you think? Please feel free to leave an essay of whatever you want to tell us about. What else is there?
Yeah, because you're the one's going to read them.
Yeah, I'm going to read all of them and respond. So all of the hate you guys want to send, I really enjoy it. And all the love, I really enjoy that too.
And all the comments from DC that you range every week. Yeah.
It's not my fault. I feel like I'm going to rage about DC until like Aquaman comes out.
Yeah.
Or until I see like the first Aquaman trailer. Unless it's terrible. Anyway, what are we talking about right now? Guys, go over to patreon.com/the Cybernerds and help support the cause. I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cybernerds.
And I'm Raven the GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitzstick.
Make sure you check us out next week for week 8, which I think is going to be For the Dark World. Is it For the Dark World? Guys, if we're wrong, jump in the comment section below and let us know. Anyway, we're out. Peace.
R-E-N-O-R-N-O